Hello and welcome to Voices of Nature. Today's candle wax reading was going to be a pick-a-pile reading for love and relationships, on the topic of love and relationships, at the request of one of my beautiful subscribers. So thank you for that suggestion. I will be doing one hopefully towards the end of this week, or perhaps even towards the beginning of next week. So keep a lookout for that if you are interested in a candle wax reading pick-a-pile about love and relationships. But the one that I am going to be doing today, and it is Spirit's request, they've been giving me lots of downloads coming through, and they feel quite urgent. So they want me to do just a single collective candle wax reading for anyone who's watching about the upcoming energies. So what's coming up for the month of August. If you find this and it's not August, it'll be another time. There may be a message in it for you anyway. So just trust that whenever this finds you, there may be a message in it for you. Okay, so with that, I'm going to start just by pouring in some of the water that has been charged under the full moon. And I will call in Spirit. Thank you, angels, ancestors, and divine beings of light, for coming and giving us clear and concise messages for the greatest good of all. And I just wanted to let you know too that these readings are offered as a compass for your heart, and they help you realign with your purpose and your own intuition and the deeper rhythm of your soul. So within these messages, it lives the reminder that everything that you're seeking, it's already moving towards you. Some of these messages will be quite specific to certain people. So if a message isn't for you, please leave it behind for the person who it is meant for. And feel free to check out my other candle wax readings as well. Okay, so with that, we will begin. Okay, the first thing that I'm hearing actually is the number 707. So this is a number of enlightenment. So they're showing me a light bulb over someone's head. So someone's becoming enlightened, and they're saying spiritually or otherwise. So for someone, this is going to be a spiritual awakening. So you're becoming aware of coming into your spirituality and remembering who you are, knowing yourself. And for someone else, this is just becoming clear about something that's going on around them. So you may be finding information or just having a realization about something that's a situation or someone that's been around you. This is something that has been coming up quite a bit for the past few months. So this may be continuing in August. What is this, Spirit? Okay, they're showing me almost like an arrow. So they're saying the word harpoon. Harpoon. And whales, I'm seeing whales. Are people killing whales with harpoons? If this is something that you're aware of, let me know. I'm just seeing whales and harpoons going towards them. I don't know if this is anything to do with that first message about someone becoming aware of something. If this is something going on, it's not something that I'm aware of. But if this is something that is going on, let me know. There's something about this in August. Or maybe someone's becoming aware of this in August and that you're going to join a cause to protest against it. I'm not sure. It's just the harpoon and the whales I'm seeing, and someone's awareness. Okay, they're also showing me an owl. So to me, an owl is becoming wiser. Again, this feels like it's linked into that message. So this feels like quite a strong message, quite an urgent message. I'm also hearing the song Help by the Beatles. So perhaps Spirit want us to take action regarding this. Yeah, there's a definite harpoon here. I may look into this. I might pin it to the comments if I can see what this is about. Okay, let's move on from that. So I'm seeing white daisies, a field of white daisies. You could be seeing a lot of daisies, or you could be planting daisies. The beautiful thing about daisies is they close at night and then they open again in the morning. And to me, this represents just the beauty in another day, of having another day. And even though the darkness comes at night, you know, you've got that, another day opens, you've got another chance to, another beginning, another chance to start afresh, another day to bloom. So if you've been through something hard or traumatic and you've made it through, a daisy is a beautiful representation of that. So Spirit is saying you might want to plant a daisy to remind yourself of how strong you've been. And there, or someone else may have a daisy tattoo, or you may be talking about getting a daisy tattoo. And it's very much like that lotus. It does represent the strength of coming out of the dark and blooming into the light. So it is a pretty tattoo that someone may be thinking of having. Spirit is saying nurture that daisy. So if you are planting one, Spirit is saying nurture that daisy and yourself equally. What a beautiful message. So they want you to nurture that daisy, and they want you to give yourself as much love as you're giving that daisy. It could even be, you know, just in a little, if you haven't got a garden, just on a balcony in a pot. Okay, they're showing me a countdown now. I'm seeing, I'm also almost hearing like a rocket countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What's this, Spirit? Yeah, so they're saying get ready. All is not what it seems. You may be shocked. So they're saying this is a month of, for surprises, a time of surprises. I'm seeing fireworks in here. They're saying these surprises, some are good and some are not so good. And again, truths will be revealed. Okay, in my mind's eye, they're actually showing me boulders or stones that are being overturned. So people are turning over rocks or stones to see what's underneath, revealing what's underneath. I'm seeing music notes now. I'm hearing the word overture. So the overture is the start of some music. Is it the start of a score? Why are you showing me this, Spirit? The start of an agreement or the start of something new. Yeah, so this is an overture. It's the beginning of something. It's usually the beginning of a piece of music. So they're saying the start of perhaps a new relationship. a new agreement. I'm seeing a contract. They're also giving me the word precursor. So a precursor means before something as well. It's very much about the before the beginning, where we may be now, or the actual beginning of something. So perhaps that's where we all are collectively at the moment. Some of us are in this stage of the precursor, and perhaps some of us are in the overture stage. It's a really strange energy. It feels really big. So if this is talking about things happening on a global scale, on a larger scale, often things that happen on the larger scale reflect in our personal lives as well. So if there are big things, if big things are being exposed globally, you may find that, again, you may be discovering things about your own life. This may even be self-discovery, so things that you didn't know about yourself are being revealed to you, perhaps intuitively, perhaps in your dreams, and telepathically, they're saying, telepathy. So some here are going to be coming into becoming more telepathic. Yeah, I've got confirmation. Look at this, the flame going there. Some people here will be becoming more telepathic. Some already are. So you will see this in your life as someone says something at exactly the same time, or literally a second later, or a split second, less than a second later than you've just thought it. You know exactly what they're going to say without even time for a blink, and then they say it. People may also be doing this with you. And if this has already happened, this is going to amplify. Seeing two hearts here. Two hearts with almost like an arch above, so there may be a wedding for someone. That may be confirmation for someone. About this telepathy, if you're getting married, that may be your message. I'm also seeing over here, I don't know if you can see this, and it almost looks like the fish bones. You know, when on a cartoon you see a fish has been eaten and it's just left with that skeleton. The bones of the fish to me represent, well, fish represent abundance, and there's just the bones left, excuse me. This may be just to watch overspending this month. Again, I'm seeing lots of fish here. So there may be a group of people, there may be a family, and within this family there's lots of abundance, but I'm feeling, because this skeleton fish here is split, there may be a split. So there may be someone in the family who's left out of an inheritance of some sort of abundance. There may be a group of people who win cross lotto or the lottery, who were all in it together, but there's one person who's sort of away from that. They're not in this abundant energy. It also may be because of just the way they perceive life. You know, they may be a bit negative, where everyone in this group is positive. You may have that one negative person. So they're showing me a big group of nines as well. So this is a big ending. So it's an ending of something major. So this may be, someone may have passed on. Someone may have a partner who's just passed on. There may be a house move for someone, a relationship ending, a retirement they're giving me for someone here. What would you like to say about this big ending? Okay, it's just confirmation that you're doing the right thing. Whatever choices you're making within this situation, Spirit is saying that you're doing the right thing. So I can feel my grandpa around me now. My grandpa, why are you showing me? Okay, my grandpa worked in the fertilizer industry for the last quite a few years of his life. They're showing me horse manure. They're showing me gardening. He was a really keen gardener. And he was from the UK. So in the UK, he had his own garden here, but they did have community gardens. And I think they may still have allotments in the UK. Anyone who's watching from the UK, let me know if that's still a thing there. But I'm seeing more of that. Yeah, Spirit have been giving me this a lot lately. So I'm seeing more of these allotment type community gardens popping up all over the world. So they're showing me this as the map of the world, and then all the little pins where all these little gardens are going to be. And this is communities coming together to feed the masses is what I'm hearing. So this may be after disaster, after floods or fires or earthquakes. Obviously there's a lot of earthquakes at the moment. So I'm seeing people going to these gardens and taking care of each other. Living off the land with love is what they're giving me. Living off the land with love. Helping the hungry, feeding the masses. Communities working together for all is what they're saying. Okay, so they're showing me children eating fruits and vegetables, and they're showing these vegetables, like I can see a pumpkin, but it's a huge pumpkin. I can see a tomato, but it's a huge tomato. I'm seeing these fruits and vegetables are being bigger and more nourishing and better for you purely because of the love and care that's gone into growing them. And it's amazing for those of you who aren't aware, just the intention that's put in when you're planting a plant or a tree, or, I mean, they say talk to your plants, and they do respond, and they grow better and they're healthier. And Spirit are giving me this. So they're showing me children picking the fruits, like big juicy peaches, massive peaches off trees, and eating them, and they're so healthy and happy. They're showing me roads being repaired. I'm seeing, again, many volunteers helping with repairs of cleanup after disaster. And again, this word community is coming through. They're bringing my attention to this candle. They're showing me many candles. They're saying a vigil, silent protests. Is a silent protest a thing? A silent protest. So not people with signs marching. I'm seeing, wow. Okay, this is giving me chills. I'm seeing, say, Parliament House or the White House. I'm seeing just some, it doesn't have to be government, but I'm seeing some sort of a building or some sort of a monument, some sort of a place, and I'm seeing hundreds and hundreds of people all dressed in white. They look beautiful. They look angelic, sitting with a torch in their hand or their phone in their hand, and their heads are bowed. And they're telling me they're silent protests. This is giving me chills. Wow. And what they're showing me is rows and rows and rows and rows of people. Wow, I can't tell you the chills that I'm getting. Coming and sitting behind the next row, and then another row coming and sitting behind, and just this silent protest grows and grows and grows until it takes over the whole world. And it just feels like people saying enough. But can someone let me know if silent protests are a thing? Because I don't know if they are. And if it's not, it feels like it will be. Yeah, they're saying silence speaks louder than words. Wow. this feels really impactful. This actually feels stronger than any, you know, loud riots or protests. I know there's peaceful protests. This feels different. This feels like silent protest. Just this absolute silence. You could hear a pin drop. Okay, let's see what else I can see in here, or what other messages. Spirit, tune me into whoever's here. Let me know what messages are coming up for these people for August. Okay, so I'm hearing the word teacher. Someone here is a teacher. You may be a teacher in a school, or a professor in a university. There's someone who's a teacher, but there's also someone who's becoming the teacher. So there's something that you are aware of inside out. You know it inside out, and you are ready to share your knowledge. So this may be someone creating an online course, or starting again, the word community, starting a community course. So I'm seeing like around a table, a small group of people, say perhaps 4 or 5 people, and you walking around the table and teaching something hands-on. It's almost like a craft, but it doesn't have to be craft, but something crafted with the hand. So this person, if this is you, you're going to know this message is for you, because you're going to feel like you've always known that you've been a teacher. You may have felt, if in a past life or in a parallel life, that you are a teacher. This may be something that you've done in many forms, in many ways. You may have been a school teacher in one, you may be a music teacher, a language teacher. I don't know. I'm also seeing horse riding. Someone may be teaching horse riding, or even how to look after horses. Okay, they're showing me a passport. Someone may be applying for a passport. Someone's trying to rush it through because they need to travel soon. Okay, so someone needs to travel, and this is not because they want to, this is because they need to. So perhaps this might be for work. Passport may need to be renewed. You may have thought that it was still valid, but it's not. You may be traveling to see someone and you don't have a passport, so this will be for your first time, but for some reason this needs to be rushed through. You're wanting to try and get this done quicker. Okay, again, I'm getting community. Wow. Yeah, coming together, sharing skills, trading things. I'm hearing trading food, trading. I can cut your hair and you can do this. Maybe you can do this for me. I can give you a lift to work. Perhaps someone doing some laundry or some ironing for someone else. There's very much this community spirit. I'm seeing the letter A. The letter W. Seeing someone lifting something up over their head. What is this? Carrying the weight, I hear. Someone's carrying too much weight, not as in weight on their body, but weight over their head. So someone's got too much responsibility here. Spirit are wanting you to put some of this down. Some of this is not your weight to carry, is what they're saying. And again, they're showing me a mirror. And the mirror is really foggy. It's almost like it's got smeared, like white smearing all over it. And they're showing me the cleaning of the mirror. So something's becoming clear. Something also may be reflected back to you. So something that you may have put out, or something. This may be a manifestation. Something that you've put out is now coming back to you. Is there anything else, Spirit? Yeah, they're showing me someone in the yoga pose, like sitting with the legs crossed in a meditation pose with the hands upwards. So they're saying this is going to be a month of feeling. August is the month where they want you to sit with your feelings and really feel the feels. They want you to sit with your truth, is what they're saying. So if you can find some time for stillness in August, that's what they want you to do. So that was what came up in the candle wax reading. I hope there was a message for someone, and if anyone can answer some of those questions that came up for me, yeah, please let me know in the comments. And I might just pull some tea leaf cards for you as well, just to see if there's any extra messages that Spirit want to get through that I may have missed. Now there's a lot of cards here, so I'm going to break these up into 3 groups, and I will take some, maybe 1 or 2 cards from each group. Let's just see what wants to come out. Okay, there's our first one. We have the rose. So romance is in the air for someone. So I did say that I will be doing a romance and relationships reading. So perhaps this may be you. And if that's you, you might want to keep a lookout for that reading that's coming up. You can click the little bell next to the subscribe button if you haven't done so, to get notified when I do bring out new videos. So romance for someone or some here. A path with money is waiting for you to find. Romance for someone. There's money for others coming through. And I'm not going to go channeling into these messages. I'm purely going to bring through what's on the card this time. There's an older woman. Dealings or relationship with an older woman. So if this relates to you, you will know it. Also the month of October. The star, guaranteed success. We'll take 2 more groups. Any extra messages here for this group today? The rabbit. Oh, too much concern with sexual matters. Someone may be worried about that side of things. Again, I'm not going to go too much into these. Flowers brings happiness. And just one more, Spirit, please. And the ear. So good news. So we have good news, we have romance for someone, we have money coming in, something with an older woman, perhaps happening in October. Someone worried about their physical relationship, should I say. Some happiness with some flowers, and someone will be hearing of good news. That's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me. Please do feel free to share it with someone if you know that they would also enjoy it. Let me know if you enjoyed it or if something resonated by liking, leaving a comment and subscribing if you haven't already done so. Thank you so much. and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.